Toastmasters, and Happy New Year. I am excited to finally be here and giving my long-awaited Icebreaker speech. At least for me, it seems long-awaited. I'm not only excited about completing this first task of being a new member of Toastmasters, but I'm excited about the opportunities and challenges that I have in with preparing and giving many more speeches in the upcoming year. This is a great way for me to start off the new year, because one of my New Year's resolutions for 2014 is to begin doing activities that cause me to break out of my comfort zone. And public speaking, frankly, is very uncomfortable for me. So with that said, I would like to take this opportunity to introduce myself to each one of you and give you a little bit of my history. I come from a family of 5. I have my mom and dad and 2 sisters. I have an older sister by 3 years and a twin sister. If I were to stand next to my twin sister, you would never know that we're identical twins. We're not only completely opposite with our physical appearances, but we're also completely opposite night and day with our personalities. So we grew up in Anchorage, Alaska. The military brought my family to Anchorage, and my parents loved it so much that they kept volunteering to stay. It's common for military families to move around every couple of years, and we did not. So apparently the military just kind of jumps at the chance for volunteers that would like to stay in Alaska rather than having them recruit officers to come up to the cold, dark corners of the earth. By the time my father had retired in 1979, we had planted our roots there and the family stayed in Alaska. But 14 years later, I was 18, and I decided I wanted something completely different. So I went to Tucson, Arizona to attend the University of Arizona. And after several years of trials and tribulations of trying to figure out what I wanted to do, I finally completed that education 6 years later. And it was at that point that I moved to Portland, Oregon, and I've been here for 21 years. I met my husband in Portland. We've been married for 12 years, and I have 2 stepdaughters and 3 step-grandchildren. I became a step-grandmother at the age of 33.
Jeez.
I had a hard time grasping that concept because I felt like I was far too young to be a grandmother, and even 12 years later I still feel like I'm too young to be a grandmother. But that's my family history. Thought I would let you know a little bit more about what interests me. I love food. I'm a foodie at heart. I love to eat. I love to go to good restaurants. I love to cook and bake. I've been in the kitchen since I was 10 years old. My parents gave me lots of freedom, both my sisters and I, lots of freedom in the kitchen to explore and become the home chefs that we are today. I love good wine. My husband and I belong to several wine clubs. It's hard for us to restrain when we go wine tasting. We look at each other in the car and we say we are not joining a wine club today, and we usually come out joining a wine club. We just joined one when we were in Arizona last week, so at least it's not an Oregon wine, right? Because I'm a big fan of eating and good food, I have to balance that out with fitness. So I'm a bit of a fitness enthusiast, and some might say I'm a fanatic. I've run multiple half marathons. I do every year, and then this last year I ran my first full marathon, and I hope to run more. In addition to running, I love to do kickboxing and boot camp and other fitness classes, to name a few. So some might ask how I afford to splurge on the food and the wine and the fitness classes and the road races that I run every year. I do have a job. I work for Columbia Sportswear. I've been with the company for 12 years, and I am a global supply planner. The job has given me many opportunities to travel across Asia, which has been great. But for the most part, my head is buried in spreadsheets and numbers, so I do not have familiarity with public speaking, and this is why I've joined Toastmasters.
Oh, great.
So I look forward to the year ahead and getting to know each one of you. And I also appreciate and welcome your candor and your support. Thank you, Toastmasters.